Okay, hello guys and welcome back to the video. And yes, it's been a while since I make a video because yeah, I prefer streaming than making a video, to be honest, because you know I don't know why, but in my opinion it's way more fun to stream than to making a video and then post it. But yeah, it's mandatory every few months, making a video. So you know what, why not making a video about this dual triangle even. And yeah, this dual triangle is kinda unique because it's about the elemental. It's dark and water, or light and earth, or fire and wind, which there's a lot of primate blue eyes, or even something like XYZ Buster Dragon something plus Spian Smith, something like that, and you guys gonna see it on the videos. Okay, so this is my deck that I use, but I already use for this event. As you can see, this deck list consists of 3 archetypes, and that is Tearlament, Horus, and Yubel, and also a supporting a bestial. So yeah, here's the deck list. First we have 3 DD Crow, 3 Samsara di Lotus, 1 Gruesome Grave Squirmer, 2 Dark Beckoning Beast, 1 King of the Swamp, 1 Crystal Beast Emerald Tortoise, 1 Tearlament Hafnis, 3 Supreme Seamare, 2 Tearlament Siren, 1 Tearlament Rhinoheart, 1 Bestial Magnamuth, 1 Bestial Sarnoir, 1 Bestial Druisroom, 1 Bestial Podrick, 1 Tearlament Castira, 2 Insedi, 2 Dumatwef, 1 Yubel, 3 Spirit of Yubel, 1 Yubel Terror Incarnate, and then 1 Yubel, the Ultimate Nightmare for the main deck monster. And after that, for the spell, we have the Grass Look Greener, Tearlament Grief, 2 Wall of the Imperial Tomb, 1 Nightmare Throne, 2 Opening of the Spirit Gates, 2 Tearlament Scream, 3 King Sarcophagus, 2 Nightmare Pain, 1 Mature Chronicle, 1 Super Polymerization, 2 Cold by the Grave, 1 Curse of Destinator, 1 Tearlament Heartbeat, 1 Rainbow Bridge of Salvation, 1 Tearlament Meta Noise, 1 Trivi Karma, 1 Tearlament Prime, 1 Tearlament Sulik, and 2 Eternal Favorite for our trap and spell in our deck. And for extra deck, we have Mud Dragon of the Swamp, we have Tearlament Kid Kalos, we have Garura, we have Rule Kalos, we have Aledo Heart, we have Phantom of Yubel, we have Yubel the Loving Defender, and then Time Thief Rudur, Sanapon, Tingirsu, Zombie Vampire, Typhoon, IP Masquerena, Aspilal Knight, and Access Code Talker. That's it for the deck list. And this deck is kind of crazy. Okay, from 11 games that I play, I only lose twice, and I am going second. Sometimes I'm going second, sometimes I'm going first. But most of the time, thank God, I'm going second. I'm going first, and if I'm going second, I am able to dismantle opponent negation, disruption, or a lot of other things that's gonna disturb my play. I can play it easily. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoy the replay, and maybe sometimes come check my stream. Yeah, I know it's been a while since I'm streaming. Make a video, but yeah, I almost streaming daily. So yeah, come say hi. And so yeah, hope you guys enjoy the replay. Bye bye.